I think we should talk about the materialism, right? Like, why is it that your baby needs a brand new pair of J's? He's not even walking yet. It's like there is this thing of trying to like buy back our value, and that spending figure that you just brought up is a good example of it. If you're thinking about, because what Willie brought up was really important, and I wanted to ask this question. If you're trying to build a family, is it problematic if one of the people in the dynamic has a materialistic spending problem? Like, they don't want the kids to go back to school without the best stuff, so we gotta spend. Like, is that a problem in your perspective?
Yes.
And why?
Yeah, I think so. And the reason why, because most people can't afford that habit. The average man or woman really can't afford that lifestyle, but they try to live above their means. That was one of the things I was talking about. I think it was last week, or maybe it was last Wednesday or Tuesday or Sunday. I don't know. It's been a while. But I was talking about how I don't pay the woman's, my girlfriend's bill, because I need to see how she operates and moves and how she spends. And part of being materialistic is a problem for me, because I'm not going to finance all of these materialistic things that you really don't need. Now, if I feel a need that there's a need for it, then I don't have no problem with getting it. But if there's not, then I'm not going to. So I think a lot of people live really above their means to try to keep up with the Jones and the Joannes, want to live high on the horse knowing they can't afford it. And the economy is not getting no better no time soon, but they still want to move and operate like they got it like that. Why? Maybe for IG, for social media, or just trying to show off for family or friends or loved ones. I don't know why a lot of them do that. And all the while they sleeping on the floor. That makes no sense to me.
Should men feel responsible when Black women struggle in the economy?
Yes, for their women.
Can you elaborate when you say their women, Willie? For the people who might get confused.
Well, there should be common sense. I know you know what I mean, but I got you. I'm responsible for my woman, or the women that I'm responsible for, like maybe the ones in my family, if I was one to extend to them, but I'm not responsible for nothing that doesn't happen outside of my household. And if my Black woman is struggling, that's on me. But if Ann is struggling, that's on her father or her husband. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I don't think.
I guess I agree. Go ahead, DJ.
Go ahead, Hank.
Can you hear me?
I was gonna say I pretty much, yeah, we can hear you. I pretty much agree with what Willie just said. I mean, you can't go out here and try to save everyone. It's not our job to do that. I mean, that's like when I hear dudes try to change all women. Man, look here, don't try to change every woman's mindset, because they're going to be who they are. A woman's going to be a woman, whether you like it or agree with it or you don't. Don't try to change. If you're looking for a good woman, you as an individual trying to find a good woman, find that woman that you know that you can influence, that you can teach, that you can educate, and already has some of the traits that you're looking for in a woman. But if you go out here trying to speak and trying to change every woman, yeah, you're going to waste your time. You're going to upset yourself. You're going to give yourself a headache and a migraine trying to do those things. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's not. Just let them heifers be. Everybody ain't going to make it. We all know this. Everybody's not going to make it. Allow somebody else to try to save them. Real Dope said he's willing to put the white flag out, bring in every crazy woman. That's why he's good at swimming lessons. So when they hoes go into the deep end, he's willing to the deep end and face hurricanes and big waves, and he gonna go out there and save them regardless. Right on, Real Dope? That's my brother.
Hank, you funny, bro. You like.
No, I think that if I know me personally, I'm not gonna be responsible for nobody who don't do what I say. If these women want to start, if they want to take on leadership, then that we can start having that conversation. But until they become, cooperative with men, it just don't even make sense to even ask that question.
Do you think if everyone in our community has this mentality of I'm only taking care of my own, what about the women who, become baby mothers, or at least the sexy reds, right? Like those women end up becoming
That's their decision because they're not choosing to, to get under a man. That's
Well,
their
that's what I'm
decision.
saying. Like, we have a culture then that promotes or at least normalizes trying to get it without a man because we don't take accountability for the entire community. We're just taking accountability for.
No, so we will be taking accountability for other people's choices. It's different if you have a circumstance that you had, you don't play a part in the outcome. Where we will be taking responsibility for other people's choices, and then we will be enabling them to continue to do that. It's like when you outside and you see a woman like kind of putting her hand in a man's face and she's swinging on a man, but don't nobody say nothing until he get ready to swing back. Now everybody is up in arms because you just enabled her behavior. You let her do it. You let her do all of that, and then when a man is about to do something, now it's like, all right, we need to stop now. We need to stop now. It's the same thing.
And if those, and to your question, if those women that made those mistakes repented, like if they wanted to change, I think mercy and grace should be given, but they have to repent and want to change, right? So that means if you made mistakes before and you're a baby mother with 3 kids, but now you want to come with a man, you have to humble yourself and understand that if you get another man in your life, you might not be his main woman. You're going to have to play that concubine role, right? So there, that's who you deserve to be with
They
because you
finna
made
come
those
for you.
mistakes. You see what I'm saying? But you have to repent and say, okay, I got 3 kids with 2 guys or whatever the case is. I'm not gonna figure to come out here and get a guy that's up here and he don't got no kids. You're not gonna get that, brother. And if he does get you, he's gonna put you as that second woman. That's your role now. That's where you are now.
I think that's a problem when we say that to women. And I think that's kind of what turned women off from listening to us is when we kind of come with these absolutes like, hey, if you got kids already, and then you meet a man who's doing well for himself, the only option is for you to be his second or third woman. And I don't think that may be realistic. It can be realistic, but however, when we say like this is the choice, it's just not true. Because if you're talking to a beautiful woman, she still can get a man to marry her. A man who don't got no
No,
kids and is success.
no, that's not true.
That's true.
Lisa Ray's proven that. A bunch of these chicks that were fine in the 80s and 90s are proving it. They fine as heck, bro. They all out here crying on the internet talking about they don't got no man. So what are you
Because
talking
they're
about? It doesn't
bad
matter about.
people. These are
Right.
bad
That's my
people.
point. But that's my point.
Look,
If you're
but straight
repented, if you
but straight like that, they can get a man. But they're probably complaining about they not getting the man that they want.
correct, that's my
That's
point.
what they're complaining.
That's
They're
my
not
point.
getting the man that they want. They can get a man. They could get a hard ankle, some form of fashion. They can. But they're not
But they
going to get the
talk.
man that they really want. They're going to
But
get a
what about?
man in between time. So if a man just supposedly come over and fuck on for 20 minutes and get the hell on, yeah, they can get them. They can get them all day. But a man who wants to be a consistent, who wants to be a regular man and maybe even bless that woman enough to change her last name, more than likely she's not, because she made a lot of bad decisions. She made a lot of bad mistakes, and she's not willing to change. So you talking about she's got to change. No, she got to just do more than change. She got to change, and she's got to be consistent. She can't just change for 3 or 4 months and then fall back to them whole ways and think a man's going to sit there and settle down and bring her on in. Hell no. He shouldn't do that. He needs to see her consistently be different. I'm talking about a lifestyle change. If that means you need to have a change of religion, you went from heathen to Baptist, or from heathen to Muslim, or heathen to Israelite. You got to make some form of dramatic change. Unfortunately, they don't want to do it because they want to continue to live that heathenist lifestyle and pray some man straight like that will come in there and bail out. No, that's not how it goes, man.
Hey, these women
I'm not
love
saving.
going
I'm
from,
not saving.
they
I'm
love
not
going
saving
from
none
holy
of
to
it.
holy, bro. Hey,
Gotta be careful with that one too.
I'm on
Exactly.
record for claiming that a hoe's final
Yeah.
form is a religious woman. So,
But that's just the reality. It's no different than men. Like me as a man, we have certain consequences. If I make certain decisions, I'm not going to get the type of woman that I was supposed to get if I didn't make those mistakes. That's just reality for everybody. Certain dudes can't talk to DJ and certain dudes can't talk to Naomi based on the mistakes they made. It's just facts.
I don't think
If
it's based
if
on their mistakes. I think it's based on what they have and who they
it's
are.
no. If me as a man rehabilitated myself and I was repentant, I became a better person. Fine, that's great. But if I made a certain particular mistake, Some women are saying, I know you changed your life. You did really good. I'm proud of you, brother. But you went to jail for what? I can't deal with that. I'm sorry. Me personally.
Yeah,
Do you
I
Right?
think
And
think
some
having
women
money?
have those,
I think that's only
Does
like
having money make
really
a difference?
radical examples, but I think for the most part, men and women are different when it comes to this. I think women care much more about who you are right now than who you were versus men who your past actually still plays a huge part in how we feel about you, even if you completely changed in right now. I think that's a difference. Now, of course, there are some circumstances where you could have done something in the past and a woman's like, oh my God, I still can't do it. But I don't think that's the overall um truth when it comes to men. I think men, we should
Yeah,
be
but
telling them, like, listen, you can do things right now to change your outcomes. You know, you can do things right now to change who you are, change your situation, and change your outcomes. Versus women, we should be giving them the advice is going to be a little bit different.
yeah, but real dope, that's the problem. A lot of women should be looking at a man's past and judging him on that. Regardless what we may think or how feel about it, if we don't feel like that's fair, well, who cares? At the end of the day, if this woman's gonna deal with somebody, she needs to know his past. She needs to know his past transgressions or whatever that case may be. He might have been locked up 10 years ago. Okay, I don't give a shit. What did you go to jail for 10 years ago? I need to know. I don't know if you truly changed. You might have served your 10 years. Don't mean you really changed. You just so happen to do your 10 years you had. You could return and relapse and do the same bullshit. So women should be concerned about a man's past. Now, if they don't, hey, shame on them. They're going to suffer whatever consequences they suffer. So if this man decides to put hands and feet on that gas skin and you found out through his background check, he did it 15 years ago, that should have been a red flag. And that red flag should have told you to get the hell away from that man. Instead, you ran to him because you was into the bad boys. Oh, that shit turns you on because he made you feel butterflies. He knocked your bottom out. But all that doesn't matter when he's whooping your goddamn ass.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not talking about
you know,
I'm not talking about what women should do. I'm talking about how women are in their nature. Right. So the current what I explain to straight like that is that this is the current disposition is that it doesn't really matter how much you think it matters. Now, if we want to move towards another, we want to advise women on how to do things better. Of course, we can tell them to do that. But we all know that that's not typically how women operate. They look at where you are now, and that's how they decide, kind of if they want to be with you.
but you gave an example real quick. I'm just going to ask you a question, and then JR can switch it. But you said it's realistic. When I gave the example that a woman, let's just say for the sake of argument, I'm not going to give an extreme example. Let's just say she was a stripper. Let's just say she was a stripper in her past life, but she doesn't want to be a stripper anymore. She's done with that. It was years ago. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Do you believe, based on her past, that she will still be able to get the same outcome if she was never a stripper?
No, no.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Women have to look at what they've done and say, although I've changed and I'm a better woman because I did this thing and I bit the apple, I've bitten the forbidden fruit. These are now my outcomes on the other side of it. And that's what I'm trying to say. And they have
Yeah,
to understand that and just accept that.
I agree. But the only thing that I'm saying is that when we tell women that like you gotta die alone or you gotta choose polygamy, I think that's where we kind of get it wrong because it's not true. I know a lot of us grew up with step parents who our mom always could get a man, right? Now our mom may not have really wanted him. Maybe she just wanted him for the security, and she really wanted that other type of guy that she probably couldn't get. But these women can still get men, and if they're beautiful, it's gonna be that much easier for them.
Well, that's the caveat. If they got the looks, you just put in that's the caveat. If
Well,
they have the looks.
I mean, even if they have the looks, doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed success. I mean, maybe they get it, but a lot of people don't even know how to maintain. They don't even know how to. They don't even know what that looks like. So eventually, it's gonna flop. It's gonna fail.
That's because they be bad people. Like if these women was actually ready for a real relationship and all that type of stuff, I think they could be in an actual successful relationship. But most of the time, they don't ever do that work. They just be bad people getting into a relationship.
The
Even
majority
with
of and Daddy, I don't think the majority of people, just generally speaking, are ready for the type of person they want. I mean, unfortunately, it is heavier for women, but I mean, it's a lot of guys too. Like a lot of guys want bad bitches, but don't want the headaches to come with them, or they're not ready for the headaches to come with them. They're not ready to compete with the other attention those women are gonna get. And then the same thing for women. Like that's women say they're single by choice. No woman is who wants to be in a relationship is single by choice. She's only single because she doesn't have access to the type of man she wants, but those men don't want her. It's never a choice. If you want to be married, you want to be in a relationship, and you have the best options that'll make you do that, then you're going to go get in those relationships. These women are saying they're single, been single for 10, 15 years. It's because the niggas they want don't want them, but they're still fucking though.
And I think that women could, I think that women can produce better outcomes, but a lot of times they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to us and our advice. They don't want to listen to people that's telling like, hey, maybe you fucking too fast. You know, maybe you doing this. Maybe you should look at these characteristics inside of a man. They want to do what they want to do, and that's their choice. However, I think they can. I think they do have the power to get better outcomes. You just know what you want to do though. Like you see it, oh, he's tall, he's handsome. Just get a pussy up. My bad. Like, you know.
Yeah. What you thinking, Ray?
I'm doing what you asked us not to do, looking at the comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys
Looking
got
at the comments.
Yeah. You should have been focused
Shout
on
out to
trying
the
to
comments.
you can't write in looking at the
How
comments.
you looking at the comments, but I asked you a question and you was on mute?
I was trying to unmute and my phone started overheating. That was my bad. I had to reassociate. I had to not reassociate. I had to, get myself together. The phone was overheating. It wouldn't unmute.
The phone
Well,
is
you got an iPhone 13.
I got a 16, but I was like directly in the sun.
But you in the car.
Yeah.
No, it still overheats though. It still overheats.
Yeah,
It get hot.
Mine does in the car
iPhone
too.
ain't shit, man.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. iPhone ain't shit.
Blowing? With the AC
It was
blowing,
directly
the
in the
phone
sun.
overheats.
No, it
It's
was
still-
directly in the sun.
Nigga, your Android phone gonna overheat in the sun too, bro. Don't do that, Hink. Like, let's listen. Let's not make this an
I'm just
Android iPhone battle. G.
iPhone ain't shit.
All right, yeah. Old niggas like Android because the screen's so fucking big and so are the buttons. And y'all
Call it what
default
you
font
want to.
size is 60.
Call it what you want to.
You gotta swipe 5 times to ask a nigga what you doing. Like, come on, bro.
But and only time y'all get updated on y'all iPhones is when Android does something new. That's it. Y'all follow behind us.
That is true though. That is true.
Straight
That
man,
is true.
man, get off his Android dick, bro, and go get you an iPhone.
Willie, you know what
Bro, I got a Pixel though. I got a Pixel, so my Android's a little bit different.
I respect the Pixels.
Willie, you know what I realized? You know what I realized, Willie?
But
you know what I realized? I realized that people with iPhones are like niggas with iPhones. iPhones are like niggas who get bitches, right?
Facts.
And Androids are like niggas who do all the right things and they buy all the right things and they get all the right things that people been asking for and they give it to the woman and she just like, nah, I still want that other nigga over there. Y'all can come with as many features as you want to come with. Yeah. It don't matter. We just get more bitches.
Talking about you just what you could.
That's what I'm saying.
You just
you related.
Like, yeah, let's go on the really back end.
Y'all don't never do any upgrades. Y'all don't never. The phones is the same. They just the same. We don't care how many features you add. You're not gonna be better.
Serious.
Let's go on the really
this
back
guy.
end. Let's go on the really back end. So, KS was suggested to have predict these outcomes. So, however you looking at the 300,000 Black women leaving the workforce, whatever the reason may be that they left. The world is changing. So Kevin Samuels did a live stream that said winter is coming. Does anybody that dislike KS at all on here? You have a strong distaste for him?
Nah.
Okay.
In the chat, they're gonna have a strong distaste for him because he was talking
straight like that. I think he said women. Any women.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said anybody. My bad.
No, just that's right. He did.
Hey, RIP, I need to say RIP. Don't be disrespectful. Give y'all condolences and give y'all respect.
The only thing I didn't like with Kevin Samuels, he drank too much Red Bull. That was the only thing I didn't like.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip, man, because it did highlight some of the things. You know, it may have highlighted for you and may not, but I'm going to run this clip and then we'll go ahead and talk about it.